What's up, fam? How we all doing today, you beautiful souls? I'm here with it's Jose from Celestial Alchemy and Harmonics to give you a collective energy update for today, January 22nd. And we're just gonna start. We're just gonna get in here, man, and we're just gonna get into this Queen of Cups right here. I feel like there's a lot of people that are staring at their emotions, not knowing what to do, and kind of confused all over the place, trying to navigate situations, calm themselves down. Kind of like I feel like there's some nurturing that needs to happen in the collective right now because I get it like get with this energy that a lot of people are all over the place. You know, keep in mind I am an intuitive reader, so I don't necessarily go by the rules of tarot or anything like that. But I do want to show you the cards. Just as you can take it with a grain of salt, and if you come up to your own conclusions or you have your own stories, you can put them in the comments, or if there's something that you'd like to share, by all means go for it and share. And I feel with a lot of this frustration or this kind of like angst that's going or anxiety that's going on in the collective because of trigger moments, overthinking, or just being offended by yourself or other people is very significant. And it's kind of like we're looking at all these things and reevaluating the situations of what we necessarily what we should be doing. Like, are we really truly passionate about having this relationship? Are we really truly passionate about being ourselves? Are we really truly passionate about self-reflection, divination, the connection to the divine spirit? Are we infatuated with with God? You know what I'm saying? Spirit, the Holy Spirit, whichever way you want to look at it. You know what I'm saying? And I was actually watching this video from Jordan Peterson, and he made so much sense because he talks about his belief in God, and he goes, "Well, if everybody can believe what they want to believe, then this is what I choose to believe, and this is what I choose to be. This is my way of life." You know what I'm saying? And Spirit is saying lifestyle is more of a spiritual response to your own divinity, your own sacredness. It's kind of like the in between when you go or you go in, you don't necessarily dedicate yourself or compound things, or, you just don't take things too seriously. I feel with these cards right here, you know what I'm saying? So with the Page of Wands, it's kind of like you're looking up at your higher self and you're wondering what to do. You should I communicate? Should I access my gifts? Should I play with my gifts more? Should I experience different things? And of course, is what I hear with this Queen of Pentacles is kind of like, hey, why are you sitting here thinking about the future and the past when you could be in the present moment, engaging in the now, and manifesting your dreams, your goals, your desires, doing your shadow work, healing yourself, coming to terms with things, balancing things out, reflecting, aligning, and all the beautiful things that is part of our sacred practice that we don't necessarily know. It's like hold on a second, and let me explain this before with this Eight of Pentacles that I have here. It's like, hey, we're kind of looking at this from a bass backwards perspective because you are the sacred self, you are the divine, you are the temple, you are the church, and anything that you hold inside your church is what you choose to be true. you know and that's what I believe is another example of what I was just talking about with the Jordan Peterson comment, and understanding that all this panic and all this chaos and all these things that are being drummed up right now, you know what I'm saying? Seven of Swords, Seven of Swords in reverse is just, it's kind of like a fallacy. You realize that you're in the present moment, but you're thinking about the past, and it's kind of like not realizing in that moment that you have the clarity to realize that, why am I thinking about this thing? Why am I being so dramatic about this? Why am I even offended about these things? Because I shouldn't be offended about things of the past. I've come to terms with these things, or I haven't, and they're coming up right now for me to kind of like heal or come to a resolve with, or not even like give it any energy and let it flow out. Let this purification process that is going in with this new moon, because we're all in that cleansing period and reflection period of the moon, to realize that we're getting ready for a new start, a new beginning, a fresh cycle. And I feel like a lot of people out there are very morbid or dramatic when it comes to the realization that God is working in your favor, the universe is on your side, and things aren't painted out to what you actually believe them to be. It's just that a lot of us have taken all that fucking negative energy over time, and we've basically kind of like learned how to live with it in one way or another. through our experiences, through our lives. And now that we're going through this elevation process, or this elevation period, is what Spirit is saying here. A lot of us are having to purge, purify, let go of things, realize relationships that don't matter, realize that are, that basically distractions keep you from doing the things that you love to do. And you have to tune into yourself to realize what a distraction is and what it isn't. And it might be hard for you, a lot of you people, all right now, because I got the tower out here, man. The tower is, it could be judgment, it could be reflection, it could be your higher self wanting to talk to you, wanting to communicate with you, wanting to let you know that lessons have been learned. Closure is also what I feel with this card. But it's, do you want that closure with this Hierophant card I got here? Do you want this closure? Do you want to come to terms with things? Do you want to be at peace? Or are you tired, or do you want to live in the now? Or are you tired of not living in the present, not living in the now, and being all up in your head, and not realizing that this is newfound clarity, that this is awareness? The eye is right there, and it's showing you. It's like you can see everything that you're meant to see if you allow yourself to be, is what I hear with this card. And there's heavy high priestess energy that is associated with this message too, because to me this is a lot, this has to do a lot with feminine energy, you know and I think it's important that each and every one of us respect the feminine energy inside of us, because that's also God's energy. It's God's love. It's God's compassion. It's the love of the universe, the love of the creator, the love for creation, the passion that we put behind things, the love that we give to things, the connection that we hold dear inside of ourselves, that we give so effortlessly with. You know what I'm saying? When we open up our hearts to something, and ladies, you know this, when we open up our hearts to something, we just pour into those things that we want, that we desire, that we truly, truly believe is connected to us. You know what I'm saying? It's the story of creation. It's like how God works, you know? And it's kind of like you realizing that there is all this divine light around you. They're showing me this crown activation that is associated with this message, you know? That is getting you closer to the connection of the divine, the sacred self, the holy temple. You know what I'm saying? The Trinity, the some will say the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. This is the spirit, the soul, the self. You know what I'm saying? All aligning to be connected to the higher power, to higher consciousness. You know, and the world revolves around you, is what I want to say here. What Spirit led me to believe, and I want to show you what was on the bottom of the deck. It was this world card, man. You are the world within yourself, but there's also a world around you which you have a tendency to pay attention to, which misguides you and misleads you in one way or another. Total manipulation is what I'm hearing right here. They said the word manipulation, but the way that I felt it was, dude, we've been conned for a really long time. And unless you're willing to step up in your own life and see how you've been conned in the outside world, only to go within and see how this has been causing you to con yourself, then you are mistaken, is what I hear. Wheel of Fortune under that card. You know what I'm saying? The wheel turns in your favor unless you go the other way. If you want to swing forward, then it's time for you to swing forward. It's time for you to get over yourself. Look, dude, I can't make this up. Death, that is associated with rebirth, man. You are going through a cleansing period, a cleansing cycle, a purification process that is nothing less than profound. And if there's a lot of voices in your head, you feel very ungrounded, you feel panicky, you feel angst, do everything that you need to do to be in the moment right now. You know what I'm saying? I think that's really important for people to understand how important it is for you to be in the moment, because when you're not in the moment, this is going to mess you up. It's a distraction. Okay? And I say that wholeheartedly, and I'm getting chills as I say this. And I think it's time that we start paying attention to not the gifts that we've been given, but the blessing of the gifts that we give that are associated with what we've been given. Because, and this is where God is kind of like showing me, King of Swords in reverse. God is kind of like showing me that a lot of people have been mistaken about what these blessings actually are. These are from me. You know what I'm saying? This is from higher consciousness, the higher self. This is from God itself, the creator, source. And a lot of people are looking at it like they don't know what it is. It's just a shiny bottle to them, but they don't know what's in it. And that's the picture that they sent me. And they're taking me back to the Queen of Pentacles, where it's like the eye becomes prevalent when you see from within. See, notice how this pentacle, right? The pentacle. represents what? Material, the physical, right? But in the middle is the eye, the one that sees beyond the physical, the one that sees from within. You know what I'm saying? To see without. And this is a very important message, and I'm glad that we got to speak this message today. Salah, thank you. Leads to the crown, okay? Leads to the crown that you so seek, that you so desire, that you deserve to sit in your chair, to sit in your table and eat like kings and queens that you are, and honoring the divine sacredness within. Having more self-respect is another way of saying it. I don't want to lose people here. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I got to, so that way they can find themselves. Happens more than I like to admit. But it's really important for see to see how you are or you are gifted. Number one, first and foremost, you're blessed. Secondly, okay, you're blessed with these gifts that came from somewhere. Okay, that came from the God that is a part of you, the universal creator, okay, that is bestowing upon you these gifts, not only to be a pinnacle representation for humanity of what it is to be sacred, what it is to be sovereign and divine, and be connected to the divine. It's also you realizing that it's time for you to grow up. It's time for you to mature. It's time for you are going through another growth cycle. You're going through another growth period where things have to be